So I thought I would finally start logging the things that I want to talk about and say. I think next time I'll probably write things down, but no, I've not written anything down this time. Yeah, I think with the age I'm at now and the perception of what I thought I'd achieve, or the idea of what I thought I'd achieve at this age, and what I've actually achieved at this age being very different. It kind of left me feeling disappointed, and it left me feeling disappointed at times. One thing that I think I really struggle with is just talking to God and just being honest and open with Him. Since I fall into that trap of only worshipping Him or praising Him when things are going my way, I know that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case. It's only when I'm doing well that I praise Him. But that's just the reality. That is just a reality of the fact. Just my patience and my all-round personality. I could really see how the Lord's changed me and just how He's really shifted my mindset towards a lot of different things. I know I'm in a season of serving, and I want to continue to serve and help people and help those around me. And that starts at home, that starts with my mum, that starts with the people closest to me. And I just pray that the Lord continues to help me just seek being a servant. I started reading Mark and really want to just understand that Jesus is a servant. I want to learn how to be a servant. I guess there's only one person that I can truly, really, really learn from, and that is Jesus. And just the way Jesus served people, the way He put other people before Him was so beautiful, and is so beautiful, and He does that even now. And I think that's something that's important for myself and a lot of other young men especially to do, is really understand what it means to serve, what it means to put others before them, put others before you. It's super easy to get caught up in what you have to achieve and what you have to do and how much money you make, but if you can't serve people, then none of it really matters. I feel like once you serve other people, people will start serving you in whatever it is that you need serving in. But I know I'm in a season where that's just the most important thing right now, just learning how to serve, learning how to help, learning how to be patient, how to be kind, how to put others before me. What I know I need to do is improve my relationship with Christ myself. To not be blown and tossed by the wind. What's that scripture in James? There's a scripture in James that I really like. Let me try to find it. My phone's nearly dead, but let me try to find it. Here it is. James 1. James is my favourite book in the Bible. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and He will give it to you. He will not rebuke you for asking, but when you ask Him, be sure that your faith is in God alone. Do not waver, for a person with divided loyalty is as unsettled as a wave of the sea that is blown and tossed by the wind. Such people should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Their loyalty is divided between God and the world, and they are unstable in everything they do. Wow, I think that verse right there personifies a lot of the things that I'm feeling, and how I'm in a place now, spiritually, where I'm very much tossed and blown by the wind. Like when hardships come, sort of my spiritual routine goes out the window, and reading that verse again and reminding myself again is just so important, because how can I go to the Lord asking Him for things when, as soon as something goes wrong, my spiritual life goes out the window. And I can say, I guess my loyalty has been divided between God and the world at times. My loyalty has been divided between, okay, even though I know the Lord is faithful, how do I know He's going to come through on this? And there's been that doubt. The enemy's really been able to plant that seed of doubt of, okay, but is He going to be faithful this time? Is He going to be faithful this time? And I guess this morning when I read Ezra 1 and 2, and in my study Bible it gives sort of references to prophecy that's fulfilled. And King Cyrus was prophesied about by Jeremiah. I think it was like 70 years prior. And for those reading Jeremiah at the time, they're probably looking at that and thinking, flipping it, 70 years is a long time. Like, that's a long time to wait, but God is faithful, and God is true, and God is in control. And I think, I want to remember that God is always in control. That I can put my trust in Him because He is faithful. And there's evidence to prove that. So, man. I guess the next steps for me, I guess, as a believer, as someone that's practicing my faith, is to be continuously reminded of the fact that the Lord is faithful, and that during trials and tribulations there is no need to lose all spiritual hope or lose all hope in whatever in life or in my circumstances. I just remind me that God will first, the last will be first and the first will be last, and even verse 9 in James 1 says, believers who are poor have something to boast about, for God has honoured them. And those who are rich should boast that God has humbled them. They will fade away like a little flower in the field. So even this race that I'm in to make finances, none of it matters, None of it matters. And I say this to myself all the time, but it's just so true. None of it really matters at all. Let me take pride in the fact that I know the Lord sees me and hears me and hears my cries and gives me everything I need. And that is beautiful. That is the most important thing. And it's true, I do see that as well. I see that in my life. Even when times are difficult and times are tough, no matter what, there's always enough. There's always enough for me to get by the next day. And even speaking about it to this camera has actually really helped me. And this is the first time I've done something like this, but this is probably a lot more kind. But I pray that next time I do this, I can come back and say that my spiritual fortitude is a lot stronger. And that I can say that God has been faithful, because He's always been faithful, and He always will be faithful. His plan is to prosper us and not to harm us. That's His word, that's His promise, And my God does not lie on His promises. So if this ever goes out, if this ever is seen by anyone, maybe I may feel like posting it, I may not feel like posting it, but if this is ever seen by anyone, then all I can say is to trust in His promise and the word that He has for you. And there's going to be so many days when you may feel like that promise is not being fulfilled, but I promise you, He is working behind closed doors. If He's planted a vision in your heart and seen in your heart to do something and go out and get it, you have to trust wholeheartedly that will come to pass. I'm teaching myself that, even as I'm saying that, it's feeding my own spirit. So that's me done for today. Thank you for listening, future Theo, and whoever might ever hear this. But learn to love yourself, learn to love the Lord, learn to trust the Lord. Yeah, that was fun. That was nice.